I have been honestly stunned by the way that some of these Republicans have used the Maui wildfire, devastating, historically devastating, to attack President Biden politically for reasons that aren't even accurate, but just to try to exploit such a crisis and do so in such a dishonest fashion just for political purposes is really pretty horrifying and vile. And I have an example here for you of Lauren Boebert during a recent interview with Eric Bolling on Newsmax doing just that. Again, inaccurately. If there's fair criticisms of the handling of this by the Biden administration, go for it. But to dishonestly attack Biden instead of just acknowledging and being present for and discussing the crisis of the wildfire is really even beneath someone like Lauren Boebert. Take a look at this, and then we'll debunk what she's saying.
All right, now let's bring in Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us. Joe Biden now is deciding he's going to go to Maui and he's going to spend 5 hours in and out again 2 weeks after the serious devastation. Yet he seems more concerned about foreign countries than he does Americans. Now, what is it that he knows he's going to win Hawaii anyway, so he doesn't have to waste too much time or money there?
I think so. It's really unfortunate, the pattern that we have seen with Joe Biden. Anytime there is a disaster in a certain area, he goes on vacation. He spends his time elsewhere and never addresses the actual problem. This is something that we have seen for 2.5 years now, whether there are train derailments or natural disasters, a wide open southern border due to his policies, or now what we are seeing in Maui. Joe Biden instead went on vacation and spent his time elsewhere rather than addressing the problem and being with the people who are suffering in Maui. Maybe it's political. Maybe he thinks that he doesn't need to gain any electoral votes in Hawaii. But this is a severe devastation, and the people of Maui are suffering. They're being taken advantage of by their own local government, saying that they'll be offered $700 for the devastation of their properties. All of this is absurd. And certainly, Eric, you know more than anyone, we should not be tying funding or aid for Maui in with Ukraine. Ukraine has been Joe Biden's number one source of focus his entire administration, and that funding needs to end. We do not have an audit there. So,
Okay, it just goes on and on and on. I gotta stop it eventually, and I'll try to get to everything that was said there. We'll start with Eric Bolling saying that Biden is showing up too late. He took his visit to Hawaii to observe the devastation and saying that he's getting there 2 weeks late. Do you think presidents should take visits in the middle of a crisis while the devastation is occurring and a disaster response is taking place? You should cause the distraction of a massive presidential visit where all these Secret Service agents have to prepare any place the president goes to, and there's all this pomp and circumstance. Just Biden can't control that. That's anytime the president goes anywhere. And so you're going to cause this massive distraction from all the focus being on the response to the crisis. That makes no sense. Then the idea that Biden was not responding or was on vacation and ignoring the problem. Look at what the governor of Hawaii said about Biden's response.
The president, within 6 hours, met our needs with the federal movement. 6 hours. I don't think that's ever happened before. So it's our deepest appreciation to you. And
I don't think that's ever happened before, he said. And this is not about trying to woohoo Biden. Of course he should handle crises like this. Of course he should respond properly. But it's having to debunk the lies being pushed for political purposes in such a vile way by networks like Newsmax. Then look at the mayor of Maui County's response.
I want to just say how responsive the president has been. He called yesterday, asked for the help we needed. We talked a little bit about that, and within 2 hours, one of his cabinet members called me back to answer my question. So we've been getting all the help that we need. Again, I want to just say.
So the local leaders are saying that Biden's response has been exactly as it should have been. And then all the time is spent on Newsmax with Lauren Boebert and Eric Bolling lying about what's going on, pretending like Biden's ignoring the issue. People have been saying he didn't make any comment on it for days and days. That is not true. He went on vacation and ignored the problem. That's not true. What is true is he didn't show up for a photo op right when the crisis was in the heat of the moment being responded to, as he shouldn't. Correct on the part of President Biden. And then to give you a sense of just the derangement about trying to attack President Biden for any reason that they can, just focus on the crisis. Why are you making it about Biden like this? We wouldn't even have to have this conversation if you would be honest. Lauren Boebert, Eric Bolling, and one of the lead Republican accounts on X or Twitter called RNC Research uploaded a video that says Biden gets distracted by a dog making fun of him. That's some hot ground, man. And then played this clip or posted this clip.
What's the boss's name? I said, how you doing, pal? He's got his boots on too. You guys catch the boots out here? That's a hot ground, man.
Are you trying to make him look good? I don't understand. He's petting a dog and then concerned about the heat of the ground on the dog's paws. But that's something that the RNC Research account wants to mock. For some reason. That's not relatable to anyone. People only are going to like Biden more after seeing that clip. But that is them trying to attack Biden. And then the $700 point, they're referencing FEMA has a max amount they can give to individuals, and they're maxing out the amount that the response organization can give directly to people, which is $700 a person. But more relief absolutely should be invested in the recovery. But that's FEMA, the emergency response organization's max per person, which was done. And again, the governor of Hawaii saying, I don't think I've ever seen this before. 6 hours, boom, responding. Lies, lies, lies. Everything is political attacks. And it makes me sick to my stomach sometimes knowing that in some alternative universe, we could have a bunch of serious politicians, a bunch of sort of at least honest politicians who at some point recognize that partisanship and politics is not appropriate and is not the priority. And when there's a devastating, again, historic wildfire that causes so much devastation, maybe that's the time you set aside your ambition to attack Biden politically. But Lauren Boebert can't do that. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.